The other question I'm going to answer is for another woman who said that she has tried very hard and did almost everything. She preached, she taught, she criticized, she did everything, but the husband failed to change. Now she asked me, do you think that can a man really change? Hi, my name is Mekapati Wiras. In this video, I am going to ask that question, whether can a man change after you have done what you have done, preaching to him, teaching him, try to teach him, you do almost neg all those things. Because in our society, there is just that belief to say men are like that. So the whole thing is that yes, a man can change. A man can change only when he wants to change. He is not going to change because you are preaching. He's not going to change because you are nagging him. He's not going to change because you are trying to correct him. He's not going to change because you are trying to mend him. He's going to change if he wants to change. Now, I'm sure you are asking, why can't he just change? I keep on talking, I keep on correcting him, The fact of the matter, men feel that you actually is not the right person to change him. Because you cannot change any human being. You even your children. Yes, you can correct your child. If the child is between the age of 2 and 11, that child you can change by trying to correct a child. Because that time is the time, that is the fertile ground. Because the child's conscious mind has not yet developed. Because the child doesn't know what is right and what is wrong. So you can still install that seed. You can plant that seed. That's why I say that age between the age of 2 and 11 is the very most important. You can try to install values, norms, even beliefs. Because a child is operating from a subconscious mind. She doesn't know what is right and what is wrong because her intellectual mind hasn't developed yet in that age. And most of the things that you are teaching your child, it goes straight to the subconscious mind and it can form a belief, all those values that you want to install. Just make sure that what you install in your child are positive one, not the negative one. So now let's come back to the question. So, can I change my husband? No, you cannot change your husband. So, if you try to change the approach that you are using, it's quite wrong. Because this man, your husband, he's already an adult. He's already raised up by his parents. What he is doing, you cannot really change. You cannot try, even when you are trying ABC, you talk to the person and you can see a person is not changing. It's just because you don't have that energy. You don't have that power to change your husband. Your husband is the only one who has the power to change himself. So what you need to do in this scenario, change you. You can only change yourself. Now, I'm sure you're asking, how do I change myself? How do I change myself so that, I'm not being abused, I'm not being controlled, I'm not being manipulated, I'm not being... So, what you need to do, step number one, build your confidence. Because if you have low self-esteem, meaning you become, when you have low self-esteem, you become needy. When you have low self-esteem, you cannot be an independent human being. You are always just depend on your husband. You cannot raise your voice when you have low self-esteem. You cannot say no. You are always a yes, yes, yes. So you put your husband first. You don't really look at yourself. You neglect yourself. So you always, all your energy is just focused on other people, whether it's your husband, whether it's your children, whether it's your friends, whether it's your co-worker. So they actually misuse you. So you allow people to misuse you because you don't have that confidence to say no. You don't have the confidence to put boundaries around you to say, no, I can come up to here, but not here. So that's why many women are abused. You are abused because you lack confidence. You cannot stand up on your own feet. You cannot say no. So whatever he's doing, you believe. You think even being physical abused, emotional abused, you believe it's normal. You cannot see it because that's why they would say, no, love is blind. You cannot see that you are being manipulated. You cannot see that you are being controlled. What you have seen is that being controlled, being manipulated, being abused, meaning love. So you misunderstood those things. You think when he do those things, he loves you. And many times he even said that, yes, because in some culture, like in our culture, back then, people believe that a woman need to be physically abused. That is the meaning that she is loved. So if you are coming from also that beliefs where you believe that, no, my husband need to be physically abuse me, beat me up, it's the meaning of love, then you will stay there. Then you don't know how to say no. You don't even run away because you allow your husband to beat you up. So if you are hoping, if you are staying in a toxic relationship, that was now the video that I did before. If you are staying in a toxic relationship and you are hoping that things will be changed, things won't change. So what you do, you just change yourself. Go for training, read books, go for boot camps, attend seminars, self-improvement seminar. That's the only thing that you can do, because those are the things that develop you, that give you that energy, that gives you the gut to even see that you are in a toxic relationship. Self-improvement, because if you love yourself, because you are taught how to love yourself, you need to love yourself before you love another person. Because when you don't love yourself, meaning you don't have confidence, the people whom you attract into your life, whether it's friends, whether it's partners, are also those who are going to abuse you because you lack love. You lack self-love. So, but when you love yourself, when you feel you are good enough, when you have that confidence, you attract also people who can see that, yes, this person, I cannot mess with her. She has self-confidence. She is so independent. She doesn't have this codependence where you just depend on your survival, depend on your husband. So if you build your confidence, that's the only way you can change your husband, because your husband will change because he can see that, I cannot mess up with Kapadi. because she has confidence. So if you are trying to see, you are going to preach as you have said, you are criticized, you are whatever you do, he's not going to change. He only change if he wants to change. And when he change, he's not going to change because of you. He's just going to change because he wants to change. So I usually advise women when they're coming, because usually it's only women who come for coaching and counseling. They come and I advise them, say, no, don't force your partner. Don't force your husband to come. Give him time until he feels that, yes, I need this. But if he is still not, because if you force him to come, or if you ask me to call him, I don't call anybody. I want you to come willingly. I want you to come feeling that I need this. Sometimes women will come and want the coach or the counselor to change the husband. We also don't have that power. I don't have that power to change your husband. No. As I said, any human being change only when they are ready to change. So what you do, once you change yourself, you change. He is able to see your change. He is able to see the change that you have made. It's so good. Then he would probably ask you, what happened? Then you would rather say, no, I am busy with self-improvement courses or whatever, or I am going through transformation or whatever. So you tell him, and then he would say, oh, where is it? Then you give him the number, or you give him the contact number so that he can do that himself. But if you force him to come for therapy, for coaching, for whatever, and when I ask, how can I help you? My wife said I should come. Meaning, he is not willing to come. And when you are doing something where you don't feel you want to do it, it's not going to be successful. So don't force, don't teach, don't convince, just change yourself. Because the moment you change yourself, he is also going to change how he treats you. I repeat, the moment you change, he is also going to change how he treats you. So just change yourself. Don't force anybody. Don't force anybody except a child. As I say, between the age of 2 to 11, you are able to guide. But if you think you are going to guide your husband, teach your husband, change your husband, you will hope forever. So if you like this type of video, I still ask you, while you are watching this video, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Likes, share with your family and friends so that they can also benefit. And I'm sure there are quite a lot of women also who thinks the same as you. They will benefit from that. For now, thank you very much. See you again in the next lesson.